Right, so it should be quite an interesting spot here. Don't have that many 10x hands that check back the flop here. So we did go for somewhat of a low frequency check back. I think we want to raise here just to charge a little more for his draws. And we're going to come in for the overbet. So now we're going to try and target some of his 9x hands. We can pick up backdoor hearts that can play this way at a low frequency. So I wouldn't be surprised to get the hero here, which we did. Pocket eights. Ace 4, just like with the Jack 10 hand that we played before when we played the same way, where we check back. We are going to raise here. So this time we've got a draw, but in the previous hand, the way we played the Jack 10, we had it. So I think it's a nice way to balance our range there in that spot. But you're also going to be competing with some proper like juggernauts in that area. Like the competition is being so much tougher that it's going to be harder to get noticed or get harder to get to the top of the search when they type in your name or type in whatever it is that you're creating. Right, we're going to check ace king on the left and continue with ace 4 on the right. Kind of hoping for a bet here. Jams. So we snap call, but I've got a note saying he's a bluffer. But I'm struggling to think. Yeah, so I had to tag bluffer. Yeah, so I guess maybe I didn't need to quite try and work out what he had, so you can have any two cards as you saw there. So over here we flop trips here and we get led into. So we're going to smooth call. He bets twice. I think we just keep continuing to call down. What a river. Right, so I think we're just going to make a large bet here on the river. Right, nice. And he had a pair of eights. Let's defend a6 suited. I guess we'll continue versus a quarter. If he goes for an overbet here, could be tempted to call. Right, we're definitely going to continue versus this sizing. Right, let's just pray he's backdoored into the flush here. Sigh. He's got ace-3 diamonds. I suppose he could at some frequency decide to triple when the backdoor spade completes as a bluff versus my queen x. Yeah, I shouldn't think you should expect us to have backdoor flush that often. So ace king, we're going to come in for the 4-bet. Meanwhile, just going to c-bet ace queen on the right. Facing check raise. Since we got the ace of hearts, I think this hand does want to continue to peel at least once. And then ace king on the left. We are going to c-bet the flop. And we're going to let go of ace queen now on the right. Okay, so we turn the nuts here. Just trying to think what's the best line to take here. Right, I think checking is probably best out with ace king. See if we can induce some bluffs. Okay, so I guess we're just going to try and target queens here with the queen of clubs. So hopefully we can find that hand. Okay, so we got paid. You had queens with the queen of clubs, so it's exactly the hand we're targeting there. I think it's good bet sizings as well. Right, so we're very deep versus Public Enemy here. But we are going to come in for the 4-bet and see how the action develops. mean, if he jams here, I'm not sure what I'd do. Alright, so this seems like a really dicey situation now. So both players call. It's going to be definitely some ace queens out there, pocket queens, and some ace kings. Right, especially with the backdoor hearts. I'm going to start with a check here. Right, so we're going to call this lead on the turn. Right, I don't have much ace queen as played here, given the check on the flop. He goes all in. Don't have time bank. Right, nice hand. We're going to let it go. It really wasn't that great of a flop, given the ranges in a 4-bet pot. So that really sucks. Just going to 3-bet 6-7 suited. Quality obviously needs to come first because let me just play this hand first. Actually, I think we start with the check first. 6-7 suited here. I think we check call on both tables here, and continue to check. This spot's quite interesting, right? Because we so he checks back. Don't see him checking back much 9x. So the problem is he can have some overpairs here, and he can have some stronger ace highs like ace kings. I think this is a spot to block bet to control the size of the pot. If we check, he probably might make a bigger sizing with his bigger or better full houses. See if we can get a crying call here from an ace king type hand. Don't see him raising this spot at all, to be fair. So if he does, nice. So managed to get the crying call. So he had ace high. So we've got top set here. Quite a wet board. We're going to start with a small c-bet here. Let's see what this guy decides to do. So we're going to try and define his range here with this small c-bet. The just check call most likely means we have him beat here. Right, so we're going to go for an overbet on this turn card. I expect him to nearly always check raise his nuts on the flop. So we're just trying to play against his monster draws here, possibly some like bottom sets. Wow. Right, so this is sick. So he's repping pocket tens, a flop straight, which I've discounted. So we beat fours, we beat fives, we lose to pocket tens. Right, so we're gonna call here. Okay, so yeah, we're obviously gonna snap call. I mean, he's gonna have fours or fives. It's unlikely he's got quads, right? Or just a rando bluff. Forgot to mention that as well. Right, very nice. So it's good that we just called there. I mean, we should always only be calling that spot and never really jamming, as I never really expect villain to have like a monster draw there that would be raising versus an overbet. So yeah, like the way we played that. Right, so on the left here we opened, we c-bet the flop, we turned an open ender, so we are going to overbet here, and if called, we're likely to bluff river as well, but let's see what river card that is first. If it's a king, sorry, in the river, I'm probably very unlikely to bluff. Right, 8 seems like a really nice card for us to overbet bluff here, go for the triple barrel. Yeah, we can have aces, we can have ace king that play this way, as well as like pocket jacks, pocket deuces. Right, so here comes the triple barrel. got the very bottom of our range here, so this is a very nice hand to bluff with. Come on, fold. Boom. Right, ace queen. We 3-bet pre, and we're checking back the flop. Meanwhile, we're going to limp stab a 10-9 on the right. Seeing a raise, especially when we've got the 9 of clubs as well, we are going to continue 10-9. And we are going to delay c-bet here with ace queen. And we're going to call twice here with 10-9. That's a really bad river card, as it completes a lot of his bluffs now as well. Okay, I guess he had the straight draw bluff, not the flush draw bluff. Oh wow, he had 2 pair. So guess it was a very, very good river for us after all. Which is pretty evident when you said you were playing spins but you were getting backing. So it's more of a bankroll thing than a skill thing, it sounds like to me. Alright, so we've seen a very similar spot like this already in our session. So we are going to play the same way. So we're going to start with a c-bet. And we're going to continue pocket 6s on the left. Alright, so we'll continue 6s. Yeah, not the best turn card here. As he does have some queens and some king queens that improve. So we're going to check turn. That's a nice healthy bet from him, which is really, I feel like the worst hand he would be doing this with would be ace king. I feel like he does have some queens and some king queens, but I don't think we fold this combo, especially with the ace of hearts. Right, so we check river. Yeah, so you had king queen. Yeah, really bad turn card, but I think we fold other ace kings except ace king with ace of hearts. So yeah, nice hand. Nice turn card here, and get led into. So I think this might be a bit too obvious if we raise here that we've got the straight. So we are going to just call here and hope for a brick. So it may have backfired, but it's not like we've invested too much in this hand. Don't see a 2x pot here. Doesn't need to bluff for this sizing, but okay, we're gonna fold. Right, hold that thought. We've just flopped a set. Okay, we're going to c-bet small here, so we can induce a raise. Right, let's pray for a nice run out, so that we can hopefully stack this guy. That's not the turn card I was looking for. But he does decide to size down now, which, you know, our range is quite 2-pair and set heavy, so if he does have a flush, he's losing value by not sizing up. But anyhow, we are not raising, we're just calling. We're going to continue with 5-6 suited on the left. Could he have ace-9 and he's a small bet on the turn? It's because he's kind of afraid we have ace-king. Right, I think we're going to bet less than half pot here. Okay, guess he's probably messing around there. Okay, and that's the end of the session. Yeah, it's been a bit of a swingy session, but I think we ended just a little bit up actually in the session after 3 hours. It was definitely nice speaking to you. Really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the stream too. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and I'll see you next time.